Hey everyone, this is the Press Enterprise High School Football Video Podcast. We're doing one of these for week 5 for all the 9 teams that we cover. Right now we're going to be talking about Southern Columbia football with Dan Reilly, and a lot went right for Southern in the first 5 weeks.
That's to say the least.
5-0. They can basically name their score every week.
Yep.
They're scoring more or gaining more than 400 yards a game. If you look at this team, and if there was one thing that you would say, one area they need to work on, or maybe one area of concern, and with Southern, it's we're nitpicking here, but
Yeah.
if there was one area you could point out with Southern that they need to improve on in the second half, what would it be?
Well, I've had a chance to see Southern once so far this season. It was against Danville. The Tigers blew Danville out of the water, and head coach Jim Roth had said it was his team's best performance to date, particularly on defense. So I guess if we're going to nitpick on something, perhaps maybe, posting a shutout or not letting teams get the big play against Southern, which was an area that Jim was concerned about through these first 5 games. He really wanted to limit opposing teams getting the big play for a quick score. I mean, doesn't matter if Southern's going to win by 50 points. He doesn't want to see those big plays. So I think, fine-tuning, just doing a little fine-tuning to the defense quarterbacks, because the offense right now, especially the running backs, are looking outstanding. And even with Nick Becker, quarterback Nick Becker being injured and was he out for 2 games?
Yeah, he missed. He got hurt early in the Mifflinburg game. He missed the Bloom game.
Right.
And came back for Schmoke.
So it seemed like Southern on offense didn't really miss a beat without Becker. So I think they're going to be okay offensively. Maybe just a few tweaks here and there in their coverage in terms of defense. Outside of that,
that was the thing that surprised me in the first 2 weeks was, I saw that Mifflinburg passed for almost 300 on them in the opener, but that didn't really surprise me because Southern's front eights historically have been so good that some teams just go in and they say, we can't run on this team, or we won't try to run on this team consistently, so we're going to throw 30 times.
Absolutely.
We're going to try to hit something downfield, get a pass interference. Most teams they by choice become one-dimensional.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe that's what Mifflinburg had done.
Yeah, and it seems like Mifflinburg's traditionally a pass-happy team, too.
Well, but then, now I saw them against Bloom in week 2, and early on, Bloom runs that jet sweep action, and they run dive off of that, and Southern looked a little confused early on trying to defend that. I know Jim Roth had said that was a concern.
Yeah.
And but it seems like these last 3 weeks they've really kind of just tightened things up on defense, and they're not giving up the big play.
They're a disciplined team, and that goes back to Coach Roth too. I mean, he's his guys are always ready to play, whether it's a Thursday night at Bucknell against Lewisburg, or a traditional Friday night, or a Saturday afternoon. I don't think he cares. I don't think the Tigers care. I think they're probably our most disciplined team in our coverage area, and that I think that just goes back to good coaching.
Now, District 4 and 2A is pretty stacked. Mm-hmm. Loyalsock, Lewisburg, Montoursville. You have Troy's the top seed right now. Can Southern win District 4?
I think so. I think they can. It's a matter of, what Troy does up in the northern tier, because they're unbeaten right now. Southern as well is unbeaten. Regardless of, you asked if they can win the district title?
Well, all right, more accurately, do they win the district?
Do they win it?
Look into your crystal ball.
Yes. I think Southern wins it. It seems like it's their time this year.
Yeah, I feel like there were a lot of people who felt that Southern moved up to 2A last year, and when they didn't win District 4 2A, a lot of people who for years had kind of criticized the program as, you only win in Class A, as if winning a state title in Class A is some kind of black mark.
Yeah.
But so when they didn't win the district in 2A, and people were like, well, see, there you go. I think people forget Blake Marks out.
Yep.
Hunter Thomas out.
Yep.
Luke Rarig, who all state on both sides of the ball and on special teams.
Yeah.
You lose him. that might be your three best players.
Absolutely.
I think any team in the state, if you lose your three best players, you're going to be hard-pressed to play for a district title. And Southern gave Montoursville, the eventual district champion, a pretty good game in the semifinal.
Yep.
So I think, I agree with you. If Southern stays healthy, I think the district's theirs to win.
That's their key. I think, if they stay healthy, I don't think anyone can knock them off in District 4.
All right, so then from there, since we both think they win the district, can they win the state? Can they get back to Hershey for the first time since 2011?
Well, they at least have a good shot to get there. Can they win it? I don't know. Personally, I don't know enough about what's coming out of the West, but it seems like the West has been just pretty much dominating.
Well, looking at this week's state rankings from Pennsylvania Football News, Aliquippa, State Power, you talk about the West. They've, just a traditional power out of District 7. Then South Fayette, Beaver Falls. If you look at the East, Southern, there's not really like an Old Forge or someone like that, or a Riverside, like a team that had been hurting Southern out of District 2.
Yeah.
It seems like Southern can at least get to like a matchup with like a Wyomissing or something like that.
Yeah, and looking at those rankings, just thinking back to, I think it was Danville had to play Wyomissing.
Yeah, the Wyomissing won the state title.
Yeah, yep. It wouldn't shock me to see Southern in, at least the semifinal or something to that effect if they are facing a Wyomissing, something like that. Do I think they win it? I don't know. I think it's a little too tough for me to tell you.
Yeah, I think I would have to see it to believe it.
I
think they win the district. Yeah. I think they make a run. And then from there, I think, you just go game to game. I just don't know that they can get back to Hershey. It seems like a pretty steep challenge.
The pieces are in place, though.
Oh, yeah. This is the year because they're senior dominated, loaded with talent.
Yep.
So if they're going to do it, this is the year.
Yeah.
What happens from here, who knows? Pennsylvania goes to 6 classes or Southern drops down. We can't speak about 2016.
No.
This year, though, I don't know if it happens.
It'll be fun to watch.
Last question.
Yes.
Last week, your girlfriend brought us cookies to the office.
She did.
Does she bring cookies this week?
Well, I'll tell you what. She's got to work. She's
got to work on making me some cookies.
She's got to work, rest of the week.
Is this a no?
Over the week. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Thinking the cookies are out this week. I'm sorry. But perhaps I'll make you cookies.
I'll pass.
Okay,
so the takeaway is no cookies for the press enterprise in Southern Columbia is pretty good. If you enjoyed what you heard on this podcast, please keep watching. We're doing editions on the other 8 teams in our coverage area, plus we'll be doing one each week from here on out for the rest of the season. And if you want more football content, please go to pressenterpriseonline.com. You can read all our stories, we tweet from the games, you can check out our weekly playbook, and everything else that's on there, stats, and just all the football goodness. So please go check that out. So until next week, I'm Press Enterprise Sports Editor Tim Hare. This is Dan Reilly, and we'll talk to you later.